56% end in divorce. It's literally fits the legal definition of negligence. It's a negligent behavior. The way you define negligence in law school is when what you lose by not doing something, okay, is lower than the risk of harm. It's what's called a BPL analysis. So the burden of not doing a thing is lower than the likelihood, the probability of harm. So BPL, so burden, probability, and loss. Marriage is an inherently negligent activity.
Warning. If you are one that is easily triggered, click off now. These are cold facts, ugly truths, and my opinion. You've been warned.
If you break it down fundamentally, 56% of marriages end in divorce. Like, think about, that's the ones that end in divorce. So how many people, what percentage stay together for the kids? Or because they don't want to give away half their shit? Another 10%? That's conservative.
Conservative.
But let's say 20% then, okay?
That's at least right.
You now have a technology that fails 76% of the time. That's insane. That's insane. That's more likely than not. 76%. If I told you there's a 76% chance when you walk out the door today you're going to get hit in the head with a bowling ball, you would not go out, or you'd wear a helmet for sure. But people just continue to get married. Not only do they continue to get married, there's a presumption that you should get married. And if you don't get married, there's something wrong with you. So if you've got a girlfriend and you've been...
Everything is sold to you a certain way, in a certain perspective for a certain niche demographic of people, but it's made to look like this is how it is across the United States or across the world, right? They sell you on marriage because they know that divorce rate is so high. And what is so appealing about marriage, which is not for the man, it's more so for the man making the woman happy. And then they got saying happy wife, happy life. But these women will get caught up in the planning, bachelorette party, dresses, the rings, you know, all of these little intricate parts to how a marriage, or what makes a marriage, what little traditions they're going to throw in there to make their marriage stand out from everybody else's. Are they going to elope? I understand, and you know, I can really resonate with the appeal for a woman, what it would be like. But beyond that, that is it. Beyond the wedding, the honeymoon, and the bachelorette party, and the reception, those are the four big parts. Nobody talks about what happens after the marriage. Once y'all are married and, you know, are tied to each other for the rest of your lives, through death do you part. They don't talk about all of the work and all of the upkeep it takes to remain in a happy marriage. And Anton Daniels said it best. He says people may stay married, right? You have people that stay married, but they're not happily married. They're enduring. And just think about that for a minute. You are enduring. What is endurance? How long you can withstand something without quitting. So if you're enduring something, you don't really want to be in that. And it's just showing that you have resilience. But resilience doesn't equate to happily married, or you really are still in love with this person, because the person that you married day one is not going to be the same person you married 5 years later, 10, etc. These people change day by day, month by month, year by year, and you may fall out of love, and that's perfectly normal. It happens. People are sold this dream that they're just going to have this, once they get married, that it either A, solves all their problems, or B, it gives them the right to have sex. If you are a family or came from a family that was heavy in the church and are very religious, your parents or your people may be on you heavy about, oh, you know, you're not supposed to be sleeping before marriage, this, that, and the third. So getting married gives you that clearance to have sex whenever and however you want to. If you knock a girl up, that pressure of getting married because you are pregnant, marriage, you know, in a perfect world would be the ultimate goal. But in today's day and age, marriage, it's not weighed in the same value as it used to be, right? And maybe even then it wasn't weighed in the same value, but now definitely a no-go, because it's all for show. It's all for social media. Who can plan the biggest, who can be the baddest, who can get the most carats in their wedding ring, right? This is what it's about nowadays. But it's really not about that person. These people don't love each other. They love the idea of marriage. These women don't love these men. They love the idea of marriage. When you see a woman with a guy and then she marries him, and you look at the guy and the girl and they don't match, something's up. So something's going on, right? Your eyes are not deceived you. There is a reason why she's with that man. And it's not because, she has the hots for him that he just gets her dripping wet because, oh, damn, he can pay my bills. Oh my gosh, he has this big house. This is what no, they look at the aspect of longevity and this man being able to be there for them long term, right? Provide for them so they don't have to work or they don't have to, take the pressure off of them, regardless of how he looks. Once they hit 30, 35, that's all they care about. Everything else, they'll try to figure out afterwards. Let's get back into it.
Been with her for 5 years, and you say to someone, we're getting married. They go, oh, that's great. They don't go, why? You're happy. Why would you get married? Like everything's going fine. Why would you put yourself through that? Why would you run that risk? If you say to someone, we've been together 5 years and we've decided we're not going to get married. We're going to move in together, but we're not going to get married. Ooh, what's wrong? You have intimacy issues? What's your problem? Meanwhile, 56% end in divorce. It's literally fits the legal definition of negligence. It's a negligent behavior. The way you define negligence in law school is when what you lose by not doing something, okay, is lower than the risk of harm. It's what's called a BPL analysis. So the burden of not doing a thing is lower than the likelihood, the probability of harm. So BPL, so burden, probability, and loss. Marriage is an inherently negligent activity. It's like owning a lion. Like the likelihood of someone getting hurt seriously by this is very, very high. No one ever says it to you because why? Because, I would say something. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I still get misty-eyed at weddings. Like I still really, there's something in me that goes like, maybe it'll work out for these two.
Facts. In a perfect world, like I said, in a perfect world, the whole concept of a marriage is whimsical. It's almost like a fairy tale. When you see this woman, the woman of your dreams, or the woman you see yourself with for the rest of your life, y'all having so many children, having pets, living on a ranch in the middle of nowhere, farming with horses and lambs and chickens and growing your own crops, your children having children, and you guys just having this big, beautiful, intertwined family tree until y'all eventually passing y'all old age, sitting on the on the porch in the rocking chairs, drinking lemonade. I'm sure that goes through everyone's mind. That is the end goal, the ultimate goal. That would be the fairy tale ending. But unfortunately, people are fucked up. Unfortunately, people do not remain the same. Unfortunately, other people can come in and undo all your hard work. You go into something hoping for the best, but you have to prepare for the worst. And that's at any occasion. And it's not about being negative, it's about being realistic. You want to be optimistic, but you want to be a realistic person at the same time. Okay, we have to have a plan B if plan A fails us. Yeah, sure, y'all can stay together. And on the outside, everything's going to be, peaches and cream. But beyond the castle walls, it's going to be coming down on itself slowly but surely. Y'all seen what happened to Will and Jada. They painted this picture for a long time. And most likely stayed together because they wanted to have this family picture for their children. And when you stand together for someone other than yourself, everything you do from there on out is going to be like a put on. It's going to look like a show. It's not going to feel genuine. They're going to be able to say, people can feel when something is not intentional, when something is just being done because of chore or through duty, and because it's something that they wholeheartedly are invested in and want to do 100%. Children are not stupid. People are not stupid, right? And you might put that show on for a minute. You may put that show on for a minute, but eventually it's just gonna be like, well, that failed. They made this look so perfect for so long, but in the end it wasn't what it was. So if they couldn't do it, how could I do it, right? That's what gives that person that thought. how could I do it? I'm gonna give y'all my opinion of what a marriage would be. Instead of their going to the courthouse and everything, you could do everything as if you were legally getting married. You can still get your rings, you can still dress up, you can still do all of that, but it'd be a spiritual binding of the two, as opposed to getting all the legal ramifications and all of the legal paperwork and government involved in what you guys are doing. A genuine way to gauge y'all's love, if that makes sense. The thought in the back of their mind that, oh, what if she's only with me because of this, that, and the third? What if I lose this? What if I lose that? None of that, all that goes out the door. It's you and me, and we locked in until we locked out, right? But I don't know. But I do know one thing though. Make sure I dot your I's across your T's. It's your boy Alex. Catch y'all on the next one.